Welcome back, everyone, to Front Office Sports, continuing coverage of Super Bowl 59 here from Radio Row at the New Orleans Convention Hall. I'm Baker Machado, and we are joined by Chris Sims over at NBC Sports, of course, legend over at the University of Texas as well. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Thank you.
But, Chris, we got to talk about the big game this Sunday. Obviously, there's been conversation about maybe Chiefs fatigue going into this.
Definitely,
that's
right
out there.
Right.
Some players have said, listen, you're watching greatness. Maybe you should appreciate this a little more. What's your take on it?
Well, I'm more on that. First off, I'm not tired of this matchup. I'm always in favor of, if we got two great teams in the Super Bowl, that's all I want, right? Like, I was rooting against the Commanders in the NFC Championship game because I thought there was a chance they could get blown out in the Super Bowl and ruin the Sunday for us, right? So I'm big into Clash of the Titans type matchup, even though, we've seen it, and it's the Eagles, and Chiefs fatigue, but I lie a little more on the greatness of what we're seeing from the Chiefs, and I am amazed by that because of it started out as like the greatest show on turf, and we're going to throw every play, and Mahomes has to throw for 400 yards, and now they're a defensive team that kind of just, one of my phrases that I always say is like, they might not control the game, but they control the moments, the Kansas City Chiefs. That's where they're so special. Mahomes is the clutchest quarterback we've ever seen through the first 7 years of his career. So I more am a little bit of the enjoying of it because I know how hard it is. And I think it's two unbelievable teams that it's going to lead to a great game.
Yeah, I think Klay Thompson was famously said when everybody was getting tired of the Warriors always winning, he's like, well, then beat us. You know, and so far, just like with the Warriors, nobody's really been able to sort of figure out the Chiefs, even the Bills, you know?
Exactly. Well, when this playoff started, I thought, all right, playoffs, I think it's going to end up being the Eagles and the Ravens in the Super Bowl this year because I thought the Ravens were playing the best leading into the playoffs. They obviously dropped the ball, didn't play their best game, but we know, I mean, it's not a consolation prize to have the Chiefs here. The Chiefs are amazing, and one of my things with the matchup too is it's the Eagle, it's brains versus brawn, right? The Eagles are simple. They don't do a lot on offense and defense, but they are so good, and it is the most talented roster in football. That's not even a discussion. That they literally can go, we have 4 running plays. Screw you, we're going to run it, fuck you, try to stop us, right? They are literally like that. Kansas City, on the other hand, is get out of the huddle. You have no idea what formation they might do. They might do a dance move as they get out of it. Spagnuolo with all the blitzers and crazy stuff he does on defense. So I find that very intriguing that one team's like, no, this is what we do, but we're good and you can't stop it. And another team that's like, no, but we got lots of tricks and things you're not ready for to try to stop it. And I think that's going to be fun to watch.
I'm curious also your take on the media industry. You know, obviously you work for NBC Sports, your dad famously at CBS Sports as well. But it seems like because there's no more eyeballs from social media to all these other places watching the games, is it harder now to sort of stand out, to like get whatever you're talking about with the games and stuff like that to stand out because it's just so many different platforms and so much clutter out there to be able to stand out now?
All I can do is be myself. So that's all I do. I don't try, like I hate when people go, oh, like I got a lot of crap in the draft last year because I said Malik Neighbors is significantly better than Marvin Harrison Jr. And I get people that go, oh, that's all clickbait. You just throw. And I'm like, no, I like being right more. I'm not trying to be different. I've been around NFL receivers my whole life. I study it. This is what I do. This is what I believe. So, it is. You have to be yourself. Of course, hey, personality always helps, but I'm like that naturally anyways. And also, like, I don't look at it as standing out. I look at it as I studied it really hard. I haven't listened to what really anybody else says. I don't care. And this is what I wrote on my paper and what I believe. And it's been a winning formula for me to this point. Man, sometimes I get some backlash and people think I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. And then I just want to say, fuck you, you're wrong. That's not why I do it.
We'll get you out of here on this. I mean, you went to the University of Texas, breeding ground for so many incredible quarterbacks, but it's crazy the amount of talent now in terms of the quarterback position that you have. Quinn Ewers going to the draft, and then all of a sudden their focus is now on the backup and Archie Manning.
Heisman favorite.
Yeah, so what is it about that university specifically that now it's just a hotbed for so many great quarterbacks that are going to come up in the system?
I mean, first off, Austin, you've been to Austin, Texas.
It's one of my favorite towns ever.
Exactly. So that's one of the reasons I went there, right? So that's great. Steve Sarkisian is he's a great coach. He's a great offensive mind. So any quarterback that's got a clue about offense or anything like that, they're going to go, damn, this guy is on his game, and they do a lot of cool stuff. Then Man, college football messed up with this NIL.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you think NIL changed all of it?
I do think
all of a sudden quarterbacks can get $10 million, from a team now.
Definitely. And they messed up because nobody's got more money than Texas.
Yeah, true.
And Texas is going to be able. Texas and Notre Dame are like NIL, sure.
Yeah.
We can print money at these schools.
Ohio State reportedly spent $20 million.
Exactly. So don't be. We're going to see Texas, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Michigan a lot because they have more money than the rest of these teams out there. So I think between the things we said previously and that they have money to throw around and it's a great place and it's starting to become that breeding ground for the NFL, it almost just starts to recruit itself to a degree.
Very good point. Chris Sims, NBC Sports, joining us here at Radio Row. Chris, thank you so much for joining
Baker,
us.
you the man.
Yeah, thank you
Good
so
luck.
much. And we got more interviews with your favorite athletes, celebrities, and executives right here on Front Office Sports.